Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. Just want to give you guys an update today. Just woke up. I've been up for a little while, but now just getting up, getting some coffee. Just wanted to give you guys a couple updates actually. First and foremost, today we just hit 100 days. No John Deere, 100 days, no marijuana, 100 days. And to be honest with you, this is the real life. This is the true life. This is the new life that I've been living in. I've been adapting. I've been adjusting quite well. Very easy, no urges. It's actually like I just kind of get to live in the moment versus just be out of the moment. And, I'm not trying to put any tree smokers down out there. I live in the city of trees, Sacramento area, so I'm not trying to put anybody down. But I just do want to share because I remember behind these 100 days, before these 100 days, I was always like, man, I would really like to put it down. I'd really like to let it go. And I'd go a couple days, a couple weeks, and then I'd just be jumping right back on it. And to be honest with you, just to kind of be 100% transparent, um, this is gonna be a weird video because I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna talk about my weight loss this week because we talked about earlier this week locking in and about weight loss. So, uh, right at the beginning of the year, I didn't plan on letting go of Mary Jane. At the beginning of the year, you really start to think about what you want to get prepared for, what you really want to make direction towards this year. And that was one of the things where I just kind of said to myself, like, I don't really care about focusing on that right now. I've always been able to do what I need to do on it. And like a week and a half into the year, I remember it's January 8th, January 7th and 6th, I started having like low key these panic attacks. I started feeling weird with the za, and mind you, like when I got za, it wasn't in a small quantity; it was in a large quantity. So it wasn't like I was just getting za. I didn't go to dispensaries. I didn't do anything like that. I was going to somebody I knew. Anyway, yeah, I was starting to have like weird. At first, there were panic attacks, and I started realizing, and I'm very strong with my mind and my energy, so I was able to kind of like observe observe what was going on versus just like be what was going on. Then I started to realize I was like, okay, like something's not right, And then I remember January 8th is the end of the day, and I decided to take one more bong rip, and I took the bong rip, and at first I was cool, and I was like, okay, maybe that was just like the last 2 days. And then like within 15-20 minutes, I started to feel like, again, a heightened heartbeat, more of like a rush of like adrenaline, not good adrenaline, not the adrenaline that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing sports or when you're like in the moment with something that you rocking with. So anyway, I decided right then and there, I was like, all right, something's going on differently within myself, within my spirit, and I'm done. I'm done because I don't know what this is, and I don't really care to I don't really care for it. So I actually did some research, and I have some screenshots, which I'm not going to share, but basically they were on Reddit, and it was about somebody just talking about how they also had the similar experience. And it was a long, long thread on Reddit, and they had this similar experience and how it was making them, they kind of realized that there were some underlying things that marijuana was suppressing, and it was coming up subconsciously type deal, in which I can kind of see how that works. But it's just crazy, you go from smoking literally every single day. Typically, if I had any jobs, anything to do like work wise, I would do that. And then if I had nothing, I would also work out and run. And then if I had nothing else going on for the day, then that's when I would spark up. So, um, yeah, it's just crazy how you can go from that and then literally like pretty much overnight, boom, done, cold turkey. And like I said, ever since that day, I haven't, maybe there's been one time where I'm like, oh, it's like on the weekend, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not going out or anything like that. I'm just chilling at the crib, and I'm like, oh. And even saying that, I don't even think that's true. I really have not had any urges because I think this is bigger than just like quitting weed or anything like that. I think this is more so like instead of quitting, like killing weed, it's like, no, bringing myself to life, like actually living the life and being the person who I've always been. Who, when I was growing up in high school, I was like, I was a straight edge kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids nowadays, they're in high school and they are doing all of these extracurricular activities, whether it be drinking, whether it be smoking. And I was never that type of kid. That's just not how I was raised. So after I found out, when I was done with high school, I wasn't going to play basketball anymore. I was like, okay, and again, it's just all about who you're around. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, that's what they, you know, indulged in. And when you hang around with a lot of these people, especially when you don't have any aspirations, when you're not really on your journey, when you're not really, fulfilling your vision, you can really easily get sucked into that. So I just wanted to share that little story. Like I said, today's day 100. And I never thought, especially at the beginning of this year, but last year, I never thought I would be doing this anytime soon. So I just want to share that with you guys because I know there's a lot of people out there that might be going through the same thing, and might have been consumed by, the habit of daily use of marijuana. And I just want to say, man, you can do it. It's bigger than just not smoking weed. It's much bigger than that. It's more so you doing the things and having the balance and truly aligning with what you want to do and how you truly feel versus being confined or imprisoned with the habits that you have imposed upon yourself. So I just wanted to share that. The second update is that, I think this week we started off at 216 and some change. Here we go. I got a bowel movement too, so that's going to be a little bit lower with the weight. I got that coming up. TMI, I know. But anyway, I started the week off with 216. I think that's what I weighed on Monday. And really, Sunday last week was my refeed. I call it a refeed now instead of a cheat day. Refeed. So I was really around 215 on Monday. Today I'm 211.2, I believe the scale said. And like I said, I haven't even had a bowel movement yet. So I'm probably in the high 210s. So that's 5 pounds down. If you guys were with me on that first video, if you haven't seen that first video and you're interested, just scroll down. And I talk about, I think the video is titled something about Monday. I forget what I said, but it has Monday in the title. It's Monday. I think that's the video title. But anyway, we started off at like I said, 215, and we were talking about in that video how we want to at least lose 25, maybe even max to 30 pounds. So that would put me right around 185, 190. So yeah, so like I said, 211 right now. I'm about to go on a run, which, then I'm gonna be even dropping more weight. So after the runs, I'm probably gonna be around 208. And let me tell you, it's been I don't want to say it's been a long time coming, but like I feel like for the last 3 or 4 weeks, at least, probably about 3 or 4 weeks, I've really been, maybe with an exception to like 2 or 3 days out of those 3 or 4 weeks, I've really been on it. And I just think some of the food choices that I was indulging on were not benefiting my my cat is acting weird. Dina, you cool? You all right? Oh, she got her. Look at her. Look at her. She got her hand caught. Look at her. You cool? You okay? Yeah. So I think some of the stuff that I was eating, I was having, like, I'm not eating any meat right now at all. I probably have some on the weekend, but during the week, I'm really just eating a lot of fruit. But I was having Costco rotisserie chickens, which I think that was really adding to a lot of, just because it has a lot of sodium in that. So you're going to hold a lot of water. It's got a lot of fat in that. Obviously a lot of protein. But, when I got in the best shape I've ever been in my life, which was about a year and a half ago, I think around 2023. Yeah, in 2023, midway through, towards summer, I wasn't even focused on protein one bit. And I literally got in the best shape I have ever been. I got down to my high school weight, if not lower. I think the lowest weigh-in I had was like 183, which that's even lower than my high school weight. High school I was like 185, 190, fluff, okay, soft. And I got all the way down to like 182 or 183 was my lowest weigh-in, and that was after a run, so I was a little depleted, but my lowest like kind of stable weight was 187, and I was super duper lean, and all I was doing was running. We actually have a little bit of a plan here. You guys want to go ahead and just check that out for a second? That's what we're gonna be. And I'm glad I just showed you a bit, because I don't really like to talk about it until I'm doing it, until you just see what's going on. But that's going to be what we're going to be implementing. And I say that because when I was that weight last year, or 2023, I wasn't doing any strength training. I was not doing any strength training. So we're going to be entangling the strength training with the running. And I'm really looking forward to that, just because I feel like it's just gonna, it's, aside from, of course, the body's gonna change, you're gonna be stronger. I think as far as my spirit goes, it's just really gonna be something I'm gonna enjoy, especially as we get going and we get into the further weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks into that. So that's a quick update, man. I appreciate you guys for listening. If you made it this far, definitely smash the like button. Definitely subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down. Let me know how your journey is going. Like I said, this week we had an intention to really align and really lock in together. And I hope you guys, I trust you guys have been doing that as well. In your way, So like I said, I got a 6 mile run. Today I'm just going to be kind of just chilling. Like I told you guys in the last, I didn't really tell you, I told you indirectly, but in the last video, carpet cleaning has been somewhat slow lately. So I'm just kind of, sitting on my laurels right now, and just kind of taking care of everything I need to take care of. I got a little bit of money saved, but I made next week venture out, just because, I kind of want I kind of want something else that's going to be, uh, I want a little exploration. You feel me? I want something else in the schedule that's just kind of fun. So I'm thinking about starting to Instacart a little bit more, consistently. Sometimes I'll do it. Like I think I did it twice last week, but Instacart more consistently, just to add something to my schedule that just helps my flow. And of course, I'm gonna make some money too. And excuse me, hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to. That bowel's coming in. That coffee kicking in. So anyway, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna be rocking with starting next week. You know what I'm saying? Just jump in. I know how to do it. It's really easy, and the thing I like about it is I can do it on my time, and I don't have anybody over me. You know what I mean? Like I said, like going into thinking about going to a job. Like I've even thought about going back to Costco and working at Costco, just because I don't know. I like, especially the Costco that I live by. I like the vibe over there, so it's a good vibe. But yeah, today I'm just gonna be pretty much chilling. I think I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store because I need some more watermelon. I already killed a watermelon in 4 days. I've been eating 2,000 grams of watermelon a day, which is a lot, but that's only 600 calories. So I need to go get some watermelon. Maybe get a couple cucumbers. I don't think I will though. And that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we got a big run. We got a big 20-piece. Got to do the 20-piece run. Got to film that. I will have to edit the 18 run that we did last week, and we're going to be posting that next Tuesday. And yeah, so everything, you know what I'm saying, is going as planned. For some reason, I just felt like I wanted to check in with you guys and, just tap in. Like I said, today's day 100. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm happy about that. It's always nice when you can when you can achieve something that is difficult and that takes consistency, right? That is challenging and that takes consistency. So anyways, before I keep on yapping, man, I appreciate you guys. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. Okay, I know it's, religious and all this stuff coming up. You know what I'm saying? Just look between the lines. Look between the lines. Okay, love and light to all, love and light. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace.